All right, welcome back everybody to Junk Shop Library's Improv Bible Study. We begin today Genesis chapter 12, moving into the story of Abram. We're going to go ahead and launch right into this and see what happens. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will shew thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed, as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sichem, unto the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land. And the Lord appeared unto Abram, and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will spare thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. And it came to pass that, when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman that she was very fair. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her, and commended her before Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake, and he had sheep, and oxen, and he-asses, and men-servants, and maidservants, and she-asses, and camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Adam and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Why saidst thou, She is my sister? So I might have taken her to me to wife. Now therefore behold thy wife. Take her, and go thy way. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had. And that's Genesis 12. Okay, so the Lord comes to Abram, says, Go somewhere, I'll tell you where later. So Abram does. And they get there, and Abram builds an altar, and consecrates it, calls upon the name of the Lord, and then goes somewhere else and builds another altar and calls upon the name of the Lord. And then the country he's been sent to runs out of food. Not the most, I tell you, I'm going to use TripAdvisor instead of Yahweh. No promotion, just the first one I thought of. So he goes down to Egypt, and as he's getting close to Egypt, he decides to pass his wife off as his sister, because the Egyptians apparently will kill you for your wife, but not for your property, as if your wife is anything else in these times. And so Pharaoh says, Hey, who's that? Abram says, Oh, that's my good-looking 75-year-old sister. And Pharaoh says, Always room for another woman in the house of Pharaoh. And plagues come upon Egypt. And Pharaoh apparently divines that it's because of this one new woman in his house that there are plagues on Egypt, and he calls the woman he borrowed her from and says, "Why didn't you tell me she was your wife?" And Abram says, "Ah." And I love Pharaoh's response. "Now therefore, behold thy wife. Take her and go thy way. Get the heck out of here." And so Abram packs up his wife and his he-asses and she-asses and camels and men-servants and maid-servants and presumably Lot and his wife as well, unless they stayed back up in famine-stricken Canaan, which doesn't seem likely given the fact that we see them again. Packs up all his crap and gets the heck out of Dodge. It's kind of a funny story, really. Demented Old Testament Abbott and Costello routine. Really, the only other funny thing in it is they go into Canaan, and there's this throwaway line in the second half of chapter 6. It says, "And the Canaanite was then in the land." Oh, really? You don't say. You went into the land named after the people who lived there, and those people are living there? Fancy that. All right. Well, I think that's it for Genesis 12. At least there weren't any begats in it. Am I right? We will be back soon with Genesis 13. Hope you like what you see. Let me know what you think of the new backdrop. Somewhere in this area is the subscribe icon. Please make use of that. And in case you've missed any of these videos up to this point, chapters 1 through 11, there is a playlist on the channel that includes them all in chronological, or at least textual, order. We will see you next time.